Hey Emily, how's it going? How are you doing? So today is the 2nd of September. 2nd of September. Yeah, it's the 2nd of September. Goodness gracious. It's already September. That's pretty amazing. Oh, wow. Um, so let's see. It's 2018, the 2nd of September, and the time is approximately 10 after 9 o'clock p.m. So, like usual, I think I will start with reading a passage from my peace book. Here we go. So, this is my peace book. It's called Peaceful Living by Mary Mackenzie. And it's essentially a calendar. I'm not going to read today's, I'm going to read tomorrow's passage. So, this is for September 3rd, tomorrow. Live each day as if your life had just begun, by Goethe. I'll say it again. Live each day as if your life had just begun. I wonder what that means. What does that mean for me? You know, what it means to me is this fact that today, all we have is the present. All we have is today. Yesterday doesn't exist anymore. And tomorrow is just a dream. You know, we are only living in the present all the time. And, you know, living each day as if your life had just begun is really true. Life begins again and again every new day. And it's really up to us to satisfy our own needs in that day. That's all there is. Who knows if we will get it tomorrow? And yesterday is just a memory. So, yes, live each day as if your life had just begun. Because it has. I'm going to read off a little bit more of the passage. This is the passage contributed by Mary Mackenzie. Doing something different. This is it. Today is the day to be open to others. Maybe it's scary to be vulnerable. But what is the alternative? Keep doing the same things and you will have the same results. Make a change right now. Do something different. What is your greatest need at this moment? Is it love, support, compassion, financial security, hope, family, friendship, shelter, food, or something I haven't mentioned? Name one thing that you can do right now that will bring you closer to meeting that need. Do it today. Don't put it off. This is your life. Commit to doing one thing that will bring you closer to meeting a need today. That is wise advice. I think it is important to do that, to do something different. You know, of course, we can't help but do things different every day. We know more today than we did yesterday. So naturally, our decisions will be different. We can't ever do exactly the same thing we did in previous days. So yeah, we'll always be doing something different. I think that passage though is meant to say not just doing something different, but make a decision to identify your needs and then pursue them. And do it as if, you know, this is your life. Say your one and only life. This is not a dress rehearsal. I think that's wise advice. Now, don't necessarily do anything rash. You know, the future is not guaranteed. future days are not guaranteed. So you need to act in your own long-term self-interest. That is, you want to take the long-term view. Certainly don't run out into streets and things like that to get what you want, so to speak. But do make an effort, I think, to get what you want. Of course, before you decide to make an effort to get what you want, you have to figure out what you want in the first place. That is a really tough project. I'm going to do some truth telling right now. The truth telling is that I'm not altogether always sure what I want. I just don't know. In fact, I've got some ideas about what I might want, but usually I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm ambivalent, or rather neutral. Like, I'm not sure if I want it that bad or not. And it's not even a matter of wanting it. I mean, sometimes I want stuff like I'd love to eat more chocolate or something like that. But I don't know how great a priority eating more chocolate is compared to other priorities. It's a subjective evaluation. So here I am, acknowledging the fact that it's important to pursue what you want, and at the same time, not precisely knowing what I want. This is the tragedy of human life. Every decision we make is subjective. It's basically our best guess. Do I know precisely what my long-term self-interest is and what my goals ought to be to preserve and support it? Not really. And I have a pretty good idea. It doesn't change all that much. The thing is that people don't need a lot of things. We need food and shelter, clothing. Beyond that, we can get along pretty well. A lot of life is nice to have. Like, it's nice to have medical insurance. It's nice to have dental insurance. It's nice to have a soft bed. It's nice to have your own apartment. These are all nice to haves. And the only things you really need are like food and water and shelter. But I'm not thinking of need in that sense right now. I think what makes the most sense is to think of need as just your preferences, your goals, your wishes, your desires. I think it's important to go after that, if you could define them. That is a project in and of itself. There's defining your goals and needs and wants, and then there's actually taking steps to gain or keep those things. Yeah. So, anyway. Excellent, wise advice from Mary Mackenzie. Glad I read that passage. So let's see, what am I going to talk about today? Yes. So I've been thinking lately about, I mentioned yesterday that I had bought some new audiovisual equipment. I'm going to start video blogging. And I'm going to probably do it regularly, like every day. Now, you may not know what blogging is. Blogging is writing messages to the internet on a regular basis. And video blogging is recording videos on a daily basis and posting them on the internet. I'm going to be doing some video blogging, and here's what my main motivation is. I want you to get to know me. I'm talking to you. I want you to get to know me. And we've been challenged with distance. And I want to take advantage of the fact that we live in the communication revolution, right? We are at the center of this communication revolution. I don't know how to say it other than that. It is this amazing technologically advanced age where time and space don't matter anymore. Yep, that's right. Time and space don't matter. So the old rules are getting thrown out. And this couldn't have happened at the best time, at a better time. So here's the problem. There's a mismatch between you and I regarding time and space. That is, I want to get together and do stuff, and you're not necessarily sure that that's what you want. So there's but in the future, you might want to get together and do stuff. Do you see how there's like a mismatch in time? If we both wanted to do stuff at the same time, then there would be overlap, and everything would be honky-dory. But this is not the case. There is a separation. Both in space, you and I are in different locations, and in time. That is, there's a mismatch in when we want to go out and do stuff. I would like to go do stuff right now. I'd like to do it today. But that isn't the case for you. So I'm going to take advantage of the technological revolution, this information age that we live in, and I'm going to start video blogging. I'm going to do it to satisfy my need that you know me better, and satisfy your needs too. That is, your need of sort of perhaps wanting to do it later, wanting to meet up later. So I am willing to take that bet and go the extra mile and implement my video blogging plan. So, and what that means is this. I'm going to convey myself through the camera to the internet. And I hope that one of these days you'll get enough interest to watch these videos and learn who I am. And in the process, you and I will be able to be together in some form or fashion. Maybe not exactly together in terms of distance and in time, but at least in internet time, we'll be together. That's not too bad. There are a lot of benefits that I can see from this. Number one, you get to preserve your privacy and security and your interests. And I get to preserve my interests too, get my needs met for being known and doing stuff. And so I'm going to be video blogging in different places, talking to you through the camera, and everything's going to be honky-dory. This will be, I think, a way of satisfying, even satisficing the situation for both of us. I think for now, it's going to be good enough. And so I'm looking forward to doing it. And I think it's the way of the future. Now, it is kind of a substitute for real world interaction, for face-to-face interaction, but that's okay. This is a new age. It's a new era. The rules of the past were great for the past. Where father and daughter got together face-to-face to meet one another. That's all great for technology that existed 50 years ago. 10 years ago, maybe, but not today. I am flexible, and I'm willing to change with the times. So that's what I'm going to do. It's a partial solution, but I think it's a good solution, and it's a solution that can satisfy me and satisfy you at the same time. I mean, that is the ideal outcome, where we have a strategy, a joint strategy that satisfies your needs and satisfies mine. It's a matter of satisfying both of our needs at the same time. And this is my new strategy. What's great is I get the freedom to decide about where to go, when to record, and all that good stuff. You know? So I get my freedom to enjoy the great outdoors or the activities or events I want to go to, maybe music festivals, maybe Disneyland, and you get the freedom to decide when and where to participate. You get that freedom. That's you get to experience those experiences on your terms, and that presumably will make you happier. I'm sure it'll make you happier. And what could be more important to me, your father, than making you happier? In fact, that's the most important thing. You know, if that's the most important thing, then I'm for it. Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm all in. So a lot of the camera and video equipment will be arriving later this week, this mid to late week, and I'll be practicing using the equipment in various venues. Like I already have plans to go on picnics and go to the park and go to the beach and go to an ice cream shop and to a pizza shop and all these things I've been meaning to do. I also have an interest in sort of giving you the lowdown on what it's like to live life as long as I have. 47 years of experience. And so I hope to convey some of that information to you as you grow up. And this will just be a documented parenting, video podcast, video blogging experience that we'll both share. And it'll be shared across time, immemorial, for not only your children, not only for you, but your children, and your children's children, and your children's children's children. And anthropologists of the future, and sociologists of the future too. Why not? We'll invite them in too. We'll invite them all. The more the merrier, right? Hey, this is parenthood in the 21st century. I am not just dad, I am E-Dad. That's right, I am the internet dad. The I-Dad. The I-Dad, the E-Dad. That's right, the E-Father, the E-Pop, the I-Pop, the I-Father, the internet father. I'm going to have to figure out a name for me. Maybe I'm the virtual dad or the virtual father. How about that? So that is my intention. Now, I am regretting not having started this earlier. I have regrets. I wish it weren't the case. I think a long time I delayed this moment because I had in my mind the way I wanted things to go. I wanted things to go differently. I really wanted them to go differently, and I wanted them to go differently so much that I gave up on this idea, which I had many years ago. I gave up on that idea because I thought it was unsatisfactory in some way. But now I realize the idea may be the most satisfactory idea, because it will give me a chance to preserve my relationship with you, and also it'll give me a chance to provide you the support that you need. Maybe not today, but sometime in the future, whether it's in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s or even 60s. We're all continuously self-parenting. That's just the facts. I parent myself all the time. In my inner voice, I am parenting myself. And even my own father, who's still alive, no doubt parents himself as well. It's just the way of the world. And the world is just going in its way that it is. And I'm not going to stand in its way. In fact, I'm going to hop on board the train and go full steam ahead. That's just the way I am. At least that's the way I am now. And that's the decision I've made. So anyway, I'm looking forward to learning more about camera and video equipment. And who knows, maybe I'll start editing equipment, editing the videos using, a video editing software, and maybe we can do it together. Maybe in the future we can create a project together and create a movie, and I'll have some skills at that point in time, and we can work together to develop an awesome movie. Why not? All right, let me see what else is going on. Well, I've pretty much gone over all my list, but I still have a little bit more time that I want to spend with you. Um, so today is Sunday, and as you know, on Sundays I typically go to family gathering in Santa Barbara, which is just a group that meets once a month. And by the way, you're invited to this meeting if you ever wish to come along with me. Feel free to send me a text or something like that, and we can arrange it. But what else did I do? Tomorrow is Labor Day, and I made arrangements to visit with someone. We're going to go see a movie and go out to lunch. And so that's exciting. I'm happy to report that. I had a really fantastic day today, particularly this morning. I went dancing, like I usually go dancing on Sundays, for 2 hours at Dance Tribe, and had a fantastic time. I love getting together with my friends and dancing on the dance floor. Today I had a breakthrough, and that is something I've never done before. Usually, I worked out yesterday at the gym. I might have mentioned it. When I work out at the gym, like today was leg day, or yesterday was leg day, I don't work out just a little bit. I work out a lot. Like bare minimum, my workout is an hour and a half. Typically, my workout is about 2 hours long. So I'm kicking my own butt in the gym. And today was a red letter day because the very day after that incredibly intense exercise bout of 2 hours, challenging myself, today I went dancing this morning, the very next day. Now, if that isn't amazing, I don't know what is. But my body performed that task like a champ. Yeah, it really did. So I'm very satisfied with what happened today in terms of my leg strength. And, I didn't just do squats, but barbell squats, but I also did machine squats. And this morning, I did a lot of bouncing up and down on the dance floor. So somehow I'm surviving. And you know what? Yeah, somehow my legs are surviving not only an intense workout, but a workout like less than 24 hours after that. So I feel really fortunate to be so healthy that I can do something like that. That I can kick my own butt in the gym. And then the very next day, that morning, go out and basically do another set of exercise for 2 hours. And you know what's even more phenomenal is that I didn't go dancing last week. And so my body hadn't been stimulated in that certain way of dancing for probably like 2 weeks. And yet, I still had enough physical fitness to do it. I'm still blown away by it. It's still like so surprising to me. It just didn't meet my expectations. I thought, after a hard workout, I'd be tired the very next day. But nope, I wasn't. So that's one of the wonderful things about being so healthy and strong. I'm proud of being so strong. It's actually quite surprising to me. It's not something that comes naturally in my own psychology. I tend to underestimate my physical ability pretty severely. And so I'm always blown away when I can just be so aggressively active and come out okay on the other side. It's really surprising to me. And so I'm taking a note of it, of course. I might do this regularly. I'm thinking, man, if this is the case, if I can go ahead and have really hefty workouts, I might go dancing more often. I might go dancing twice a week, 3 times a week. Why not? Anyway, with that idea, with that wonderful idea of me dancing 3 times a week, I think I'm gonna close this phone call. Anyway, let me say to end and to close that I love you. I love you dearly, and I'm committed to you and our relationship. And I love you just the way you are. No need to do anything different or change. And see ya. Peace.